mean, if you think about it, watermelons are just nature's bowling balls in those before and after gym ads.
Hi, I'm Rosie Ultraviolet, and I'm not 11 months late or anything, no. This isn't a proper devlog, this is more like a mini update to confirm 1. that I am still alive, just have no form of an upload schedule, and 2. that I am still working on this game. Because of the fact that I haven't worked on this in almost a year pretty much, it gave me some time to ponder and reflect on my life decisions up until this very moment. And also Emari's breast shape. I redesigned them a bit. I've been experimenting with different body proportions recently, and these girls are the perfect test subjects for me to figure out how to not make everyone have the same silhouette. In order to get a clear idea, I drew this line-up / reference sheet of them all that took way longer than I thought it would, but I made sure that I'll be able to understand it if I ever smack my head on the pavement and get amnesia. I'll start with the canon ones, and yes, I know the height's not even close to the canon ones, but I wanted to make the difference more exaggerated. I like making things cartoony, so expect to see a running theme here. I wanted each character to be wearing the blazer differently, and for them all to have different socks to stand out, and the shoe colours match their eyes because the shoe/sock coding thing isn't important in this AU. For reference, these are the earlier designs, these are the earlier designs, and these are the actual designs. My goal was to make her look miserable, so I gave her pale skin that looks cold due to the blue hue shading. Her bow is bigger, her shirt is even more of a mess, or is that just due to the bigger collar? I don't know. The bow is lopsided to emphasise that sloppiness, like she was quickly putting on a uniform that morning. Same with the wonky jumper and falling sock. I folded her sleeves because I think it looks nice on her, and I gave her a penguin pin because she reminds me of my old best friend who used to wear pins from Kenji, and I figured Sayori was shopped there too due to the way her room looks. Oh, and also I gave her eye bags. She was the tallest in the canon, so I made her taller. Her hair is basically the same, just a lot more pointy and sticky out to give her a more distinct silhouette. Her hair is a bit more pink, so it doesn't look too similar to her skirt. Some shading thing in the original prevented that, but I don't shade that way, so it's looking too similar. I made it so her blazer was tucked in because it looks tucked in their official artwork for the original game, and I figured she'll be wearing a size bigger, not just to make sure her sleeves covered her arms when she does the hand on the chest pose, but also because then there would be more space on her chest. Her socks are smaller too, because I'm not sure actually, it was just something I did in the original redesign and it's stuck. I gave her some eyeliner, mascara and dark purple eyeshadow to look all mysterious. I nicked the waistcoat idea from some art YouTuber in a redesign video, forgot who, and I thought it would be cool. The polka dotted socks is because she's not fully aware, but in Act 2 she wrote that poem talking about how she noticed everyone was acting off, so I thought it would be fitting to the sock code to give her a little bit of black. I made her look thinner, especially on the thighs and overarms, and I made the lower leg and forearms much thicker. Her pigtails are bigger and more curly. I wasn't sure what to do with the ribbon, so they defy gravity now. I also gave her some pins and made her bow small to look cute. I kept the skirt the same length, also to look cute, and it highlights her weirdly shaped legs I gave her. She also now has pink eyeshadow and lipstick, as I imagine Natsuki is fiddling with makeup with Claire to try and make herself look cuter. Basically the same, but her shoes also follow the eye thing. She has freckles now because freckles are pretty. Her bow is massive. The front bits of her hair is more curly to match her ponytail, and she's slightly more tanned. It matches the brown of her hair that I gave her, rather than the coal brown of the canon. She's the only one wearing the uniform properly, which I think matches her personality. Also, she has some light makeup because she's one of the popular girls, and she gives me the vibe that she wants to look presentable whenever she goes outside. Her skirt is the same length because the thigh highs are iconic, and it sits on her hips in a nice silhouette sweat to the way it sticks out. There's this theory I saw in a DDLC iceberg a while back that suggests that Monika is a transfer student from either Europe or America because her name is a Western name. There's also this exchange where Monika gets annoyed so Sayori is pronouncing her name in Japanese way, suggesting it's not a quirky name her parents gave her. And I'm not sure where the iceberg creator got that theory from because I can't find a source for sorts on Google. but I think the idea is neat, so I'm nicking it because I think it makes sense. Monika C is a pretty generic popular girl name, that's why it was picked, along the lines of names like Stacy, a popular girl in old cheesy high school drama films. Her hair is much curlier than the other three girls, and I know anime characters have a habit of having brown and blonde hair, even though most of the Japanese population has black hair, and weirdly enough, the other shoes around brown and blonde hair don't tend to translate either. Like, if Light Yagami is supposed to be this model student that got top marks in that university test, then why would you realistically dye his hair a medium brown? But I don't know, I thought the idea of her being some European or American girl who went to live with her Japanese family when she started high school is a cool idea. It would make Monika's whole I'm real they're not deal stronger, as she's boundless by anime logic this way. Alright, this is my OC who went through a personality makeover since the last time I drew her. I decided to, instead of make her just an MC stand-in, to give her an archetype. I'm not exactly sure how her evil version will be used, but I designed this to be her Derry form, and her normal one is her Ku form. And this is because this is based off Act 2 Scrory. She's maybe a little too happy about her crush. I kept the cool vibe in her normal form, and I think the only difference in her outfit is her sleeves are rolled up to not short sleeve, and it looks better with the blazer tied around. That and her skirt is a bit shorter, so it's not in line with said blazer, and it shows off her long legs more. Her hair is more red, that I can't tell if it's an unnatural red, or a natural red that's chucked through a cartoony filter, like yellow hair for blonde and blue hair for black. So I call this Schrodinger's hair shade. I replaced the hairband with glasses to make her look more nerdy or smart or something. She was originally shorter than Monika, but Monika was the last one I sketched out, and I wanted her tall but not too similar to Yuri. And she lined up with Emari because I gave Emari leg surgery since the last time I had drawings of these two that I drew in the same drawing, and not separate like the old artworks I linked earlier. I was originally going to make her Derry form more fancy with her hair in 2 low ponytails, but I couldn't figure out a way to get the fringe to look like it's the same hair while looking neat. So I said screw it and gave her big messy hair that I love how it looks. Her hair uniform is closer to the canon characters, but I wanted her to look like she's been in a cave for 10 years, so I messed up her tights, made one of her blazer buttons fall off, broke her glasses lens and the hair thing. Also gave her makeup to still look fancy though. Don't know if/how I'll use this form, but yeah, here she is. Suppose this is like her Act 2 version where she morphs into her final form. Discord user. I'm only half joking. And yes, I did nick most of this stuff off the poster mail and Newgrounds, but hey, if it's not broken, don't fix it. And that's basically all I've actually done, apart from this artwork of Emari, which I drew before I drew the reference, and that's why her legs are so damn long. Probably she should have used the gacha version of the reference. So, in terms of future plans, I have a different idea on how I want this to go, and with Emari's recent lobotomy, it's gonna be even more fucked up. I'll guarantee it. Such as the reason why this whole world exists, which I can't elaborate on because that'll be spoilers, but in vague terms, Emari is less whoopsie, didn't mean to, I'm just quirky. Like she's a breed of Tumblr user, and more of an edgy 13-year-old Sonic OC on DeviantArt. It'll make sense in the context, I swear. I also want to remake the start screen again, but I'm not sure what design. I want to remake the 2 songs I made because I actually know what I'm doing, kinda, when it comes to music now. There's a section of music I made for Farewell Home, a collaboration song between CM47 and me on Newgrounds, and I want to make my part longer and use that at some point because I really like how it sounds. I was originally going to do all the art in my usual style, but that takes fucking forever now because it's actually somewhat decent. Now, it still sucks, but not as hard. So instead I decided to use the same style I used in this lineup. I originally drew them with no line widths or watercolour as a time-saving thing, but it makes them look anime-y because anime simplifies its line art shading for sanity's sake. So I imagine the lack of dots will mean they don't blend into the background, which I also want to redraw because the ones I made before were just traced and they're too detailed and good in their form to be with my crappy drawings. So at some point, when I feel like torturing myself, I'll make simpler versions from reference rather than tracing so it doesn't look rotoscoped. And also figure out how the hell manga dots work. Basically all the art's being redone. I want to give the characters more poses too, and more original poses for their main artworks that are all dynamic, and not just the poses from the original but edgy. This Sayori one makes me laugh, and there's something off with Monika's posing but I can't tell what it is. Yuri looks cool though, with a dramatic skirt spin and expression, but her eyes are wonky so she makes me laugh a bit. Natsuki's pretty cool though, with the aggressive posturing. Emari just looks bored. Hey, and it could be worse. I think that's all I wanted to say right now. Anything else to add? I mean, I made a page for it when I renovated my website, but I had a page before, so it's not really a big deal. I also thought about voice acting, but I don't know if I should try to do all the voices myself or put up a casting call club page. I'll sit on that thought for now. Anyway, see ya!
The name I say is Busy Ultraviolet. Girl with yoga music mixed with rock. If you wanna shake your brain and also highlight, then listen to me in the deadly ad rock. To gain bad habits, all you need is desperation. Just lose yourself and kill your rabbits. No, they've been sophistication. Oh, my neck aches out. Alright.